me, it's great to see him where he is now, as a man, as a father. And it's nice to see him actually step away from the game on his own. Tim is the best teammate in professional sports history, without question.
He put us on a level, along with David, where we had championship contenders. You can imagine getting ready to play against a Tim Duncan Spurs team where you have to plan and scout on how to defend Tim Duncan. He had the footwork, the hands, the drop steps, the timing. He had the IQ of a guard on the team.
It was just great to see another big man who loved the game. He had all the tools, he had all the physical, the size, he had everything. So you see that every day. You don't see the guys with passion and work ethic all the time. And he had all the ingredients, and they came together perfectly. And on top of that, it's a great individual to be around. So he made it better for us because we all want to be around guys that are nice guys and good guys. And it always helps your team and your stars out there.
He was so inclusive. He'd bring everybody in, and those summer workouts started, the culture and brought the team together and so forth. And it was easy just to watch him and emulate what he did. And if the best player on the court is working this hard in August, then we better be working that hard too.
Late nights on the road during the finals. A lot of times we share that moment. That's where I really got a chance to see how vested he was towards everyone. He gets joy out of other people's success. And that's hard. In this day and age, in this game where it's so much about me, TD is very comfortable with who he is. You look at TD's smile when Tony wins the MVP during the finals in 07. You see pride there. When you see Kawhi receive the MVP, TD's smile, it says that. I see the pride and joy of really celebrating someone else's and their success.
He had just an awesome day to end his career. That's pretty special. And there's some guys that are uncoachable. You just saw one. A good guy just walked by.
Let me just say that when I go to dinner with the coaches, before the meal comes, we raise our glass and we say, "Thank you, Tim."
As we raise number 21 to the rafters of the AT&T Center, it seems only right to reflect on the history of the Spurs and what Tim Duncan has meant to the silver and black.
I'm the roots. Tim Duncan is the branches and the flowers of the tree. And here you got a beautiful tree that's been around a long time, man, and it's sprouting nothing but beautiful flowers.
The San Antonio Spurs putting on a clinic.
Clearly, his resume, his achievements can match up with just about anyone in the league's history. But as a person, as a leader, to take this franchise on his back, to help do what this franchise has done, maybe the best sports franchise over the last 20 years, is remarkable. And so I think Tim has cemented his legacy in many areas, as a leader, as a player, and as a person.
Blocked by Duncan. That's his 31st block shot of this series. That's a new record.
I miss most his presence. It's got nothing to do with points, rebounds, block shots. His presence. When you walk in the gym, you see him there before practice or after practice, where you see him with his arm around a rookie, talking to him. Just the empathy he has for teammates, his ability to welcome everybody into the culture and make them feel comfortable, his humor, which not too many people know about, all those things. He was the base from which we all knew where to operate and how things should be done.
He set such a high bar for himself that I think he just held us all to a standard that was challenging. But it was real because he was engaging himself so much.
Tim Duncan have done for this community, man, is he made us a champion.
No Tim, no championships.
I think that's the key. You know, your whole goal is to put a team on the floor that understand the objective is to win.
And partner Duncan picked apart the Cavaliers.
You know, he's a great leader, you know, on and off the court. He cares so much. It's very rare that you have the superstars that's so unselfish because he didn't care, you know, who scored, who passed, who rebound. He just wanted to win. And so when you have your main guy doing like that, everybody has to follow.
It's all San Antonio. It's classic basketball.
I think the most unique and remarkable thing about him was just the quality of player he was on the court and how he wanted always just to be recognized as a player and about getting your team to the situation that you dream of, not about him making it to the All-Star. Or those MVPs were not about trying to get those MVPs. He was just so much better than the rest that's why they got him and his teams were amazing. So I like his way of being the absolutely best.
Tim Duncan for tonight's game has passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's played more playoff minutes than anybody in the history of the NBA.
From a former basketball player to another legend of the game, you did it the right way.
His inner core, he was over himself when he came in, and after all these accolades and all this success, he's still got over himself. Hasn't changed a lick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Spurs fans, basketball fans from around the world, welcome to the Tim Duncan retirement ceremony. Tonight, we celebrate and show our appreciation for not only one of the greatest Spurs players, but also one of the greatest players to ever play in the rich and storied NBA. For almost 20 years, Tim Duncan epitomized greatness, not by beating his chest or proclaiming what a warrior he was, but by playing the game with incredible passion and sportsmanship, while quietly dominating opponents on both ends of the court. Through it all, he was the ultimate teammate, lifting a franchise to 5 NBA titles. Tim, away from the court, you were intensely loyal. You conducted yourself with class and true humility. You were and still are a role model for people of all ages. There are franchise players, and then there are players that change franchises. Tim, you changed the Spurs organization into the standard of the NBA and all professional sports. You also changed San Antonio into the City of Champions. I'm honored to call you a teammate and a friend, but more importantly, I'm just proud of the amazing father you've become. Enjoy this night and let all of us here just tell you and show you how lucky we are to have you. Congratulations. As all of you can see here, we've got a lot of star-studded event. I'll start over here with Tim's college coach, Coach Dave Odom. The stopper, the rash, Bruce Bowen. The man I like what George said in that video. He's the trump. He's the man who kept the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio. One of the co-pilots that's helped guide us through 20 plus years of excellence. And the pilot, the man who has taken us the man who's taken us through 5 championships, and he's more than a coach to us, to a lot of us. He's like our father, Greg Popovich. Two guys that I would be really shocked if they're not up here in a couple years. Mama Ginobili and Tony Parker. I'm gonna let Timmy introduce his incredible family, Vanessa Macias and Draven, looking sharp. Why did your boy get the tie and you didn't? And his lovely daughter Cindy, and his 2 nieces. You didn't tell me. Our first speaker of the night, by the way, will be none other than Mr. Tony Parker. Take it away, Tony.
How you doing, San Antonio? I did a lot of speeches in my life, but I have to admit, in this one, I'm very nervous on this one, because I don't want to mess it up. It's an honor, TD, to do a little speech. A lot of people, the last couple of days, they asked me why Timmy is so special. And they told me 48 hours ago that I had to do a speech tonight. And I was like, since then, I keep thinking about that. Like, why Timmy so special? Why Timmy so special? The whole time, Pop did a speech before the game. I didn't even listen. I was like, why Timmy so special? And then Pop said, let's go play. I was like, hey, what's the pick and roll coverage? Because I was just not listening. And it's easy, but it's hard to talk about how special is Timmy. Because I'll start with the obvious. He's a superstar, and that's a big difference between role players, star, all-star, superstar, and superstar plus plus. Timmy is superstar plus plus. He's by himself, and there's always because Timmy will play the game so easy. Like, you'll have like, and I talked to Mano, I was like, Timmy was not that good tonight. He had like 30 points and 20 rebounds. And it's like, that was a quiet 30 and 20. I was like, that's the only guy that can do that many times. Every night, I look at the stat sheet. My first 2 years in the league, he won MVP 2 years in a row, my first 2 years. And every night I look and I'm like, wow, 40 and 26, I didn't even see it. Like, that's crazy to me, guys. That's very hard, because he's so unselfish. And everybody keeps saying that he's unselfish because he makes everybody around him better. And that's the true definition of a superstar. So I will use a couple examples. Timmy's got superpowers with his eyes too. He's the only teammate that never asks me or talk to me to get the ball. He just looks at me. And when you're 19 years old coming from France, that's very scary when he does that. He doesn't have to talk to me. Most of the guys are like, hey Tony, I'm open. You know, Bruce was a pain. Tony, you missed me in the corner. But Timmy just look at me like, and I'd be like, hey Pop, Timmy look at me. And Pop would be like, he really look at you? I was like, yeah. Sure enough, like, if you want me to be the point guard tomorrow, it's me too. That's the ball right now. So that's special power, and that's another reason why he's special, because he doesn't have to talk to get the ball. You just give him the ball. Another thing why he's special, Timmy, last year, to use a recent example, he's 40 years old. 40 years old, 2 knee braces, and I'm looking like Boban is from Serbia, and Timmy doesn't even like Serbia. And he was like practicing, trying to get him better, and Boban was working with an intern. And then Timmy take him out, and for 20 minutes in a row, straight play only defense to make Boban better. And I was looking at it, I was like, that's very special, because he's 40 years old, and he's trying to help Boban get better and play straight defense for 20 minutes in a row. So that's special to me. So just to give you a lot of examples, but the best example to me, to finish, I promised TD I'll be short, but I can't be short. It's your night, man. Can't be short. We played 15 years together. But the best example I can give is off the court. When you play for Coach Pop, you have to be very strong, mentally. And that's an understatement. You have to be really strong mentally. And Timmy was always the best. He always knew, I don't know how, but he always knew when to send me a text to pump me up, give me maybe, I don't know, like 10,000 hugs during games, after games, always helping me out through those 15 years. And that's another thing why Tim is special, because he cared. He wanted to win, but off the court, he was the best. Anything that happened in my life, he was always there for me. Birthdays, anything that happened, he was always the first one to text me. When I had kids and stuff like that, he was always there for me. And I'll always use you as a great example to follow, except of the closing. Wear the tie. But you'll always be an example to follow, and I love you guys, and now we're always going to remember number 21. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our next speaker. He needs no introduction, Manu Ginobili.
Nervous too. This is not a usual situation for me, but I want to emphasize how huge of an honor it is to be here in this building today, and especially holding this mic. Such an incredible night. So I'm very, very thankful and happy to be here. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that made TD great too, but they're not that common to hear about. Everybody knows how big of a player, the super duper star plus that he was. Everybody knows that. I just want to talk about how tough of a competitor he was. Many of the games in which he struggled for his standards, which was probably a 26 and 10. He was very upset because maybe he missed a big shot, maybe he was not as sharp as he wanted to. And so many times he came to the hall and said, "That's on me, guys, this is my loss. It was my bad, I wasn't ready." And we knew that we look at each other and say, "Oh my, tomorrow he's going to be there very early." He's going to be very early there. So he would, next morning, he would get his headphones, get into the gun, the rebounding and passing machine, and shoot there for hours. Right-handed hook, free throw, banker, up fake, dribble, shoot, and you go there early to the treatments because you were tired, and the guy was there shooting and showing everybody else how it's done. And then the other thing that was coming for sure was an unbelievable night. He was really a tough competitor, and well, no, you guys can tell looking up there at all the rings and banners we got hanging there. The other one was, on the other hand, he was so competitive, but he never hold anybody else accountable for losses or bad games. So I'm going to talk about him as a teammate. And as everybody said it, he was an unbelievable teammate in a way that is hard for you guys to see, because he didn't do it the conventional way. He didn't do it bumping chests or talking on the media or things like that. He did it quietly in a hotel room, in a locker room. It's true. As Tony said it, the first couple of years for us was tough. Bob was putting us through a lot of mental tests. And he was the one always being ready to give you a hug, a pat in the head. So many pats in the head, you know what happened up there. So many hugs too. The guy was unbelievable. I have one story that I never shared before. It was 2006, playoffs in Sacramento. We were up 2-1, and Bob signed a play. I had to finish the game. We were tied. I not only messed that play up, I turned it over, but they ran a transition, they scored, and then we lost. It was 2-2, and I was devastated. I was truly embarrassed to have turned the ball over like that, and it really hurt me. I wanted to vanish. I wanted to dig a hole in the floor and just hide there forever. So I went to my room, I hid there. I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I turned the phone off, and the hotel room started to ring. I said, I don't want to talk to anybody, so I ignored it. It started to ring again, so I picked it up and hang it. Third time, I hang it again. Fourth time, I unplugged it. I said, yeah, don't find me now. But then, there was another one in the bathroom. By the fifth time, I go pick it up, I say, what? And it was, Nanu. He called me, Nanu. He goes, what's up, buddy? What, TD? I don't want to talk to anybody. You know what happened. Come on, come with me, come with me. And he started insisting, and you don't say no to TD. So he said it. And he invited me to dinner. We talked for hours. We talked about computers, cars, TV shows, whatever. The whole night shift, my mental state shifted, and I had a way better night than could have been otherwise. Those are the type of gestures that I'm pretty sure you can go and ask most of his teammates around, and they all saw it. So, since last year, we didn't quite have the opportunity to say goodbye because we didn't know he was going to retire. We thought he was going to play till 58, but he didn't. So we didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye, to show him all the respect, the appreciation. I even tried by text, and he told me, "I'm not dying." It's not that I'm just going to show up every day. But so I couldn't even say it in that situation. So this is a great one, great environment. I'm pretty sure we as teammates wanted to have this opportunity, coaching staff, and the whole Spurs franchise, and no question about you guys that want to start with that. No question. If there's somebody that deserves it, it's him. So, since I have the opportunity now, thank you, TD. Thank you very much for all these years. Thank you for the 4 rings I have in my heart because of you. Thank you for making me better, making him better, and him, and everybody that ever played with you. So thank you very much, really appreciate it. Thank you for your lessons that you never tried to give, but you did. Thank you for your friendship. Love you, man.
Everyone has a story to tell. Mine began simply. A journey. I just wanted to play the game I loved. That's what this journey was all about. It was never just about winning. It was always about showing respect for the game and for the people who played before me. It was about setting a good example for those who would play in the future and giving everything I had for my team. That's what mattered most. And maybe because of that, the game rewarded me. It gave me an opportunity to play at the highest level, to get to know other players, and to be a part of this big family, to learn from coaches who pushed me to be a better player, teammate, and leader, to have the opportunity to learn from, grow with, and play alongside the greatest mentors and lifelong friends anyone could ask for, to be challenged by opponents that brought out more than I knew I had inside me. Those are the rewards that I got from the game I love. It gave me back more than I could have ever expected, more than I ever dreamed. It gave me an opportunity to experience the biggest joy of all, watching my kids grow up, day by day, watching their dad do his job. My kids offered me more perspective, love, and inspiration than I ever knew possible. They made me appreciate my own parents, who gave me love, confidence, guidance, and a foundation to be ready for whatever life brought my way. And for that, I want to thank you, Mom and Dad. You gave me the strength I needed to take this journey, the courage to make the impossible possible, and the humility to know that the game is bigger than any one person will ever be. That's the script that my life started writing 19 years ago. I could have never imagined it would go like this. It's been a great ride, shared with some of the most wonderful people anyone could ever meet. Thank you, San Antonio, and everyone out there for all your love and support. But I don't see this as an ending. I see it as a new beginning, the first step of a brand new road. Seasons come and seasons go. But the game and this team will go on. There are no goodbyes.
greatest Spur of all time, Tim Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you. In retrospect, I probably should have saved that whole speech for right now, because I don't know what I'm going to say right now. To all of you in here, the fans, all of San Antonio, thank you. The love and support is overwhelming, especially over the last couple of weeks. I've heard from teammates, from the guys that we've been with forever, to guys I played a year or two with, to these jokers over here. Just an amazing response and just an overwhelming amount of love from these guys for what I meant to them. And it doesn't even explain how much they meant to me, because I got so much more from you guys, from my teammates, from these guys over here than they can explain that they got from me. And I know that. I want to thank my family, my kids, my girlfriend, my sisters, my brothers over there who put this film together. It's a grind. Our career is a grind, and we do a lot. We have a lot of time that we give to this game, to the different things we do, and they're always there. They go through it, and they love us no matter what, and that means a whole lot. That support, having that support from them, is so huge throughout our careers. So thank you, love you guys. To my coaches, to Coach Odom, who gave me an opportunity. Some kid in the islands who shouldn't be here, but you gave me a chance. Thank you. We're all a part of the puzzle, and you guys put it together. And we're out here every year with winning championships and creating an atmosphere that we'd like to take some credit for, but you guys put together. Thank you. Thank you, Coach Pop, for being more than a coach. I didn't wear jeans. I wore a sport coat. I didn't wear ties. Most people do that. And I spoke for more than 30 seconds.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your
your attention to the north side of the AT&T Center as we add number 21 to the rafters.